Lord Davies, welcome. Thank you so much for coming this evening to the Harvey Nash Inspire board dinner. We're really looking forward to hearing your keynote speech. But in the meantime, I just really wanted to ask you a couple of questions with regards to what we're going to be talking about this evening. How long do you feel it will take us to see a real improvement in the FTSE 250, given that we're still only at 12%?
Well, I think, I was just reading the numbers that have just come out today. Women now account for 17.3% of the FTSE 100 directorships, and that compares to, 12.5% a year ago? So the change has been dramatic, and, in the FTSE 100 we had 25 companies that were all male, now we have 7.
Yeah.
So I think the progress in the FTSE 100 has been extraordinary in 12 months. We've seen great progress in the FTSE 250, 350, but there's more to do, and I think over the next 12 months, I and the steering committee are going to keep up the pressure. If you're a chairman of a FTSE 350 and you haven't got the message on diversity, then you shouldn't be a chairman of a FTSE 350.
And I guess on that note, what do you feel companies need to do more to promote women higher up in the business?
Well, I think I'm very confident that we are going to solve the issue of women representation on the board, in the boardroom, but I think that can be done in the next year or two. What I'm not confident about is that the same progress, or the progress is going to be as quick on the executive pipeline. We've seen encouraging signs, but it will take longer. I think companies have to really understand diversity at the graduate level, understand why women are leaving the company, really study work-life balance, really study working practices. And I think there are in Britain many leading examples of multinationals that are just, leaders in this field. But I think actually we're on a journey in the UK. We just have to have more women in the executive pipeline. And I believe that we will make progress, but we need companies to continue to invest in it and learn.
In your influential report 2 years ago, you said that more needs to happen to promote diversity in the boardroom. However, the report said quotas were not the answer. 2 years on, how do you feel about this now?
Look, it's the right call. Quotas would be an admittance of failure. I think that the headhunters blamed the chairman. The chairman blamed the pipeline, and everybody seemed to blame the nominations committee. When you've got a problem in business, you need to put a razor light, real focus on it, and then study the facts. The facts are, if you have a more diverse team, different types of thinkers, you get better results. And so I think boardrooms are a better place if you have the right gender mix, the right diversity, the right sort of change of thinking. And I think actually quotas would probably mean that you get a small number of women representing all the boards. The great thing about the last 12 months is that 50% of the women that have gone on to boards have never sat on a board before. So I think we're really tapping into a new gene pool. I'm very encouraged, and I genuinely believe, and it's great that Harvey Nash have signed up to the voluntary code, I think we are seeing a new breed of women who now realise they can sit on boards.
And that it is possible for them to achieve a board directorship. Over the past few weeks, Carol and I have been conducting our annual board survey and really interviewing some prominent business and board level individuals. Do you think that a minimum of 2 women, perhaps on a short list, would vastly improve balance in the workforce? Or is it still that women are failing at the final hurdle, the final interview?
No, because I think, look, we've seen 50% of all new non-execs have been, have never sat on a board before. And I think that the reality is that the percentage of women as new non-execs is just rising and rising. I think nominations committees need more transparency. We need to understand the processes they went through in selection. I think boards the chairman need to lay out in a report and accounts more about what is it that they're looking for in their board, what sort of mixture of talent and experience, and that will take away a number of the myths. I think there is also a message for women They need to have more confidence. They need to believe that they can do it. If you ask a man, it's a sweeping generalization, but if you ask a man, well, can you do the job? He says yes, but I haven't really explained the job to you.
Yes.
When you do explain the job to a woman, they will say, I need to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Now that is a generalization, but we've seen that time and time again in this study, that actually women need to have more confidence, they need to network more, the headhunters need to dig deeper into the sort of gene pool.
Yeah.
In education, in health, in the charity sector, in marketing, in the services industry, Britain has extraordinary talent. And I believe that if we can unleash the sort of female talent into the boardroom, British companies will be more successful.
Good. Well, thank you so much for your time
Pleasure.
and your answers. We're looking forward to seeing your keynote speech tonight.
Well,
So,
I'm thinking about what I'm going to say.
Yes.
The camera can now watch as my brain ticks over about what I'm going to say. But thank you very much to Harvey Nash for sponsoring it, and I look forward to a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.